Killer whales shed their skin at a much higher rate than you and I to help them maintain that sleek exterior. Their body is covered in a nice thick layer of blubber that also makes them streamlined. Malin is asking Takara for a behavior that we call innovate. So Takara is adding in a little bit of a flair, for lack of a better word, to the same behavior that she's doing over and over again. The criteria of the innovate behavior is just that the whales have to do something different.
Oh my goodness!
On that one, so Malin's going to give her a 1, 2, 3 second pause and move on. But that innovate behavior was another research study that our killer whales participated in. So they were trained on the same hand signal over and over, and in order to earn reinforcement, they had to produce a different behavior. So they were utilizing this study with the killer whales and some other animals around the park to test their creativity. Hello everyone and welcome. So real quick, first thing I just want to warn everyone that you are in a splash zone here in our back area, and joining us in this pool that you all can see at the moment are the 3 female killer whales that we take care of, and they really seem to enjoy splashing our guests. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick warning. If you have anything expensive and valuable that cannot get wet, make sure you have it tucked away in a nice and safe place. Now, as we get started here, I just wanted to let you guys know you do have access to our entire back area if you follow this fencing along to the other side. So if you want a front row view and you can't quite get to the front of this fencing, you can make your way to the other side. My name is Carrie. I am a senior trainer here at Orca Stadium. Joined with me, I have Malin, Casey, and Kylan, and Jacob. We got lots of trainers here to talk to you guys today. I will be hopping on and off microphone to share information with you all about our whales, about the facility here, and about how we take care of these amazing animals. So for starters, I just wanted to say thank you all for joining us here today. It is a privilege to have you guys here for Inside Look, and you guys are joining us at a very, very great time of the year. We only offer Inside Look at 2 different times throughout the year, where we allow the guests to come into our back area and get a whole new perspective on how we take care of the killer whales here at SeaWorld. Now that you guys are in our back area, we do have some additional rules and guidelines we ask that you follow to help keep yourself safe as well as our animals safe. First and foremost, you guys will notice this fencing that is surrounding the pool. We ask that you stay behind that fencing. Please do not throw any objects into the pool or across the fencing. And we ask that you do not stand on the railing of the fencing. It is not very sturdy, so we want to make sure to keep both feet on the ground at all times. Additionally, in the back area here, killer whales are mammals and breathe air just like you and I. So this is a no smoking, no vaping zone. If you need to smoke or vape, you can exit our back area and find a smoking location inside of SeaWorld. Along those same lines, please do not use any aerosol products as well. Now what you guys are seeing is our trainers kind of just interacting with the killer whales in not an official session. The 3 females really seem to enjoy attention from the trainers, and you're kind of getting a glimpse of that right now as Casey plays with, looks like Kamea over there at the moment. So a quick overview of our facility here at Orca Stadium. Our facility is comprised of 3 larger pools. You can see the 2 of them back here, as well as that pool where we do our presentations, as well as this smaller medical medical pool off to my left-hand side right here. Now, our whole facility is 4.5 million gallons of man-made salt water. So as you can imagine, it probably takes a lot of work to maintain this habitat to be a nice and pristine environment for our lovely animals. We do have a team of maintenance divers that comes and dives and cleans each of our pools one time a week, as well as a water quality team that checks the quality of our water multiple times per day. So these larger pools are connected with a system of gates that you may notice throughout the habitat. Those gates are easily operated with a push of a button, and we can open those gates and allow the whales access to a variety of different pools throughout the day. So it's kind of like a big house with different rooms and doors, if you can imagine that. This smaller medical pool located behind us is actually equipped with a lifting floor that raises and lowers, so we can use that for a variety of different reasons. But one thing that is important is that we make that pool just as fun and reinforcing as any of the other pools of the whale's habitat. To give you guys a quick overview of the killer whales that we care for here at Orca Stadium, we have a pod of 5 killer whales. Joining us in the pool right here is Sakari, and Kamea, 3 females. And in just a little bit, we'll be doing sessions with both the females and the male killer whales. The 2 male killer whales are currently over in the pool behind me, as well as they have access to the pool that we do presentations in. The biggest difference between the physical characteristics of the males and females at an adult age is their size. The males are about double in size of the females. Something you'll notice probably right away is that the female's dorsal fin on their back right here is completely straight up, and we get lots of questions about the dorsal fin on the male's back, and it's curved over. So a quick explanation of the difference between their dorsal fins. The dorsal fin does not have a skeletal component to it at all. So it's made up of something very similar to the cartilage of our ears. With the males, not only does their overall body size get much larger, but that dorsal fin on their back can reach heights of 6 feet tall. Now let's say we ask one of the whales to come slide out right here in front of us. And this is Kamea. She is the youngest member of our killer whale family, just 9 years old. So at a 9-year-old age, she is not full grown. She won't reach her full grown size until around 15 to 20 years of age. So she still has some growing to do. She actually has a good look at her dorsal fin and has a slight lean to it. So part of the answer to the dorsal fin being straight versus curved, genetics plays a factor as well. So if it starts to develop a small curve when they're younger, it actually can continue to grow into that curve. And it does not affect their well-being whatsoever. The biggest thing we see is that we need to help them exfoliate their skin under their dorsal fin, which we do so with a loofah glove by giving them a loofah glove rub down at least 1 time a day. Now, during your guys' time here, we're going to be focusing our talk on the care, welfare, and research that these killer whales have participated in order to help their wild counterparts. So some quick information just about killer whales as a whole species. They occupy oceans around the world. Now fortunately, killer whales as a whole species are not threatened or endangered or near extinction. But there is a smaller population of killer whales that lives up near Washington in the United States called the southern resident killer whales. Now these killer whales are facing an endangered population and are facing decreasing numbers. So we're going to be talking a little bit about our time here, how our care of our killer whales here at SeaWorld is actually helping that population up in Puget Sound. One of my favorite things to talk about as far as how these killer whales have helped that population is that the 2 male killer whales we take care of, how you get into our, participated in what is called, we call a hearing study. So who here has been to the doctor and done a basic hearing test where you hear a beep and you push a button? Very cool. So we taught the whales to do something very similar obviously they don't have hands like you and I, so we had to get creative. Now this here is Sakari. This is Kamea's older sister. Sakari's 13 years old. As you guys can see, she is quite a bit bigger than Kamea. To be exact, she's about 1,000 pounds larger than Kamea is right now. Both Kamea and Sakari were born here at SeaWorld San Antonio. All 5 of our killer whales were born in human care, but these 2 were born at our facility to their mother, Sakari, who is over there in the middle with Malin at the moment. So back to this research study about the killer whale's hearing. So you might have heard Sakari make a sound a little bit ago. It sounded a little bit like blowing a raspberry. Just like that. That is her blowhole on top of her head. That's where they make different vocalizations. So what we trained the male killer whales to do for this hearing test is to station underwater, and when they heard a sound, they higher frequency than we can. Now, why this information is important, as I was mentioning, to the wild population of killer whales, the southern resident killer whales to be exact, as an endangered population, is that they are facing threats through boating traffic. So boating traffic up in that area produces a lot of noise in their environment, and it is showing to affect things like their hunting patterns, their communication with each other, and even where they choose to spend time. So our hope is through the knowledge of their exact hearing range and knowing that things like boating traffic is affecting how wild killer whales behave in their natural environment, that legislation passed up in that area will be able to enact acoustical sanctuaries for these killer whales and prevent boating traffic from going there. Now, to give you a reference, there's only about 870 of the southern resident killer whales left up in that area. So also on the end of how we take care of the whales, I'm going to point out some things you guys are seeing that's happening in this session right here. Now, just for reference, this is what every day looks like here behind the scenes. We're just doing an interaction with the killer whales that would take place with or without you guys here joining us today. And a little bit of an exercise session. So just like you and I, it's important that we exercise on a regular basis. Wild populations of killer whales will be getting a majority of their exercise through hunting for food. Obviously, the killer whales here at SeaWorld San Antonio have their food provided to them in its entirety on a daily basis. As far as the exercise session goes, like I said, wild killer whales will be getting a majority of their exercise.
Specialty shows because they think that's what people don't want, but everyone I talk to that is.
Sorry, you're gonna have to do that again.
So more people that would be saying that would be especially for like pass holders and stuff. I feel like it's nice to come for
we grew up on balloons,
yeah.
so it was just
Yeah, exactly.
the Christmas show is just really
You go to sleep.
I mean, we like the Christmas just in general.
Are you hunting?
Christmas shows.
You're hunting your prey.
Yeah, ha ha ha. So funny.
You think she and Rosie would get along?
We see you.
She's the one who plays We had a little cocker spaniel.
You getting ready to hunt?
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, she's
she,
funny.
yeah, she can spit water and she's able to splash. She will just come out and
All my dogs hate water. They're what? They like water. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have 2 bulldogs and they don't like water at all. And then I have a German Shepherd boxer. And he likes water that he can touch, like beach, but not when it gets deep, but not pools or anything like that.
So it's just
Sakari, yeah.
Sorry.
Perfect. You can quote me on that.
well, I mean, the sun's like right in our face, so it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
We used to be able to put it in.
There you are.
I can tell
There it is.
and it's like a perfect Thinkers? You got like the ink
attack.
Under the water.
I'm so sorry. I'll move that.
Oh, is that yours?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
so sorry. I know all over the place with it.
She's winding up.
She's
supposed to get you again. She's like, you guys keep screaming, so I'm going to keep coming.
Yeah, get the reaction that you wanted.
What? When you least expect it.
Exactly.
I mean, do they enjoy the stimulation or are they annoyed?
Oh, I don't think they're annoyed at all, no. Especially, well, really all of them seem to be very observant. They look around at people, they like to splash them, they like to interact in different ways. If they were annoyed, they would be like all in the corner, like a little with some different.
There she comes.
They're definitely not.
Nope. Direct hit. Yeah, I see you.
I'm on
Yeah, just
Definitely not a few days ago. It is the worst time to work in a water environment. You get wet regardless. But it is nice when it's like.
What's your little personality? Oh, good. Good job, Sakari. That was the best one you've done.
We've been coming here.
Don't do your tail, girl. That thing is massive. You're gonna do your tail, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? Now why I'm backing up, you just spoke me. Oh, you talking? Talking? Sakari.
They should be in the last show too, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Hopefully it's supposed to be the No, I'm just
You talking?
for you guys to see. All SeaWorld like
Good girl. Good girl, Sakari. Oh.
Right now I'm training. Oh, for you? Yeah. I think it just depends on your work.
Hmm. What do you want? You want your fish or your ice? Yeah.
I think it depends on like how much they want to rehab or something.
Pretty girl.